Yeah, but she's incredible. Congratulations to her and her family.
Yeah.
Like the crazy thing is, I'm just seeing her last year when they played LSU, but she's phenomenal. I'm gonna go on the record and say she's the best female collegiate player ever.
Ever?
Shaquille O'Neal has never been shy about declaring who belongs on basketball's Mount Rushmore. But on a crisp March night inside Gainbridge Fieldhouse, the four-time NBA champ stunned TNT viewers with 7 carefully measured words. "Caitlin Clark is for real, trust me." The camera caught him shrugging, almost apologetically, toward Angel Reese's section of the crowd as Clark walked off with a 31-point, 14-assist masterpiece that left the Chicago sky and Shaq's LSU loyalty in tatters. The big man's verdict, delivered live to millions, landed like a gavel. The women's game had a new center of gravity. Overnight, that clip racked up millions of views, set social media ablaze, and, crucially, signaled to casual fans that the game they'd dismissed was now appointment television. But Shaq's volte-face is only the opening domino. As you'll see, his surrender uncorked a chain of events that's already rewriting record books, rattling Wall Street spreadsheets, and forcing long-entrenched gatekeepers to scramble for a seat on the Clark bandwagon. Buckle up. This isn't just a sports story. It's the moment women's basketball grabbed the steering wheel of its own future. Long before Clark splashed logo threes in his line of sight, O'Neal planted his flag beside Angel Reese. She was an LSU legend, his first major signee as Reebok's new basketball president, and the living embodiment of a brand he hoped to resurrect. For nearly a year, Diesel rode for Reese on every podcast and panel, even crowning her the best hooper LSU's ever bred, above himself and Pistol Pete. Yet on September 3, 2024, Clark's fever flattened Reese's sky by 28, and O'Neal's script flipped. "Girls try to beat her up and she just plays through," he admitted on the big podcast. "I kept waiting for her to fold. Never happened." Really an oversized commentator, he's a cultural lighthouse. When he moves, casual fans adjust their compasses, and when he concedes that brand loyalty can't trump Clark's efficiency, highest rookie assist rate, top 5 PER, and the new single-game assist record of 19, corporate America listens. But if Diesel can melt, who's immune? Clark's rookie stat line already sounded like a glitch. 19.2 points, 8.4 dimes, 5.7 boards, 2 triple-doubles, and, most jaw-dropping, leading the entire WNBA in assists as a first-year pro. What stunned data geeks even more was the sophomore season leap she opened with in May 2025. 24.1 points on 45% from deep, 10.1 assists, and a nightly plus-minus that rivals A'ja Wilson's MVP peaks. Advanced metrics echo the eye test. Her Q's pair, quick strike points above replacement, sits plus 4.8, highest ever logged for a guard through 15 games, and her transition hit-ahead passes are responsible for 11.6 fever points per night. Translation: every possession she touches is more valuable than the last. Yet box scores only hint at the tidal wave we can count in cash. Before Clark, Fever home games drew roughly 6,000 hardcores in a building designed for triple that. 10 months later, Indy averaged 16,898 paying fans, outselling 5 NBA franchises and smashing the league's single-season gate record. The Fever's road games became traveling circus stops. Ticket sites reported an 88% attendance bump whenever Clark visited. Networks cashed in too. The 2024 opener versus Connecticut peaked at 2.3 million viewers, ESPN's biggest W broadcast ever. The June Fever Sky grudge match beat it a week later. Overall, ESPN platforms averaged 1.2 million per game, up 170% year over year. Those eyeballs flowed straight to the balance sheet. The league's revised media deal, currently in back-channel talks, is expected to triple annual rights fees. Meanwhile, ownership groups from Toronto to Austin are queuing up expansion bids, emboldened by the Golden State Valkyries, who just sold 10,000 season tickets and debuted to a roaring Chase Center sellout. Yet not everyone greets a gold rush with a grin. The Clark-Reese College showdown at the 2023 title game drew more viewers than the men's final, birthing a rivalry sports talk couldn't resist. In the W, physical defenses took cues from that narrative. Hard fouls stacked up, memes of veterans welcoming the rookie spread like wildfire. But Clark's response, helping hands, calm huddles, no whining, only deepened her folk hero aura. As tension rose, so did hot takes. Critics labeled ESPN's round-the-clock coverage Clark-tose intolerance, some analysts openly endorsing a co-Rookie of the Year split with Reese. Into that noise thundered Charles Barkley. On Inside the NBA, he blasted the negativity as total bull, censored on air.
Y'all should be thanking that girl for getting y'all ass private charters, all the money and visibility she bringing to the WNBA.
And reminded players, y'all should be thanking that girl for those private charters. Iron sharpens iron, but the bigger tectonic shift had already begun. Stephen A. Smith rattled off Clark's July stat binge, league-leading assists, second in scoring, and declared her both Rookie of the Year and a top 3 MVP candidate less than 100 days into her career. S.I. Shannon Sharpe, Dawn Staley, even Jeannie Buss piled on the praise. Each new voice pushed mainstream perception further from novelty and closer to inevitability. Clark as torchbearer, not storyline. These endorsements carry weight in boardrooms. Sponsorship executives track Q scores the way scouts track wingspans, and Clark's have surpassed Ja Morant's rookie buzz while tripling any prior WNBA mark. No wonder Gatorade locked her into its first women's hoops signature deal since Maya Moore, and Nike quietly elevated her line to Jordan brand-level marketing spend. With television's blaring plaudits, boardrooms heard opportunity knock. When the Golden State Valkyries tipped off May 16, 2025, every seat at Chase Center was filled. 37 LED sponsors rotated on the ribbon boards, and Doc Rivers leaned courtside just to soak in decibel levels normally reserved for Steph Curry heat checks. The Bay Area hadn't hosted pro women's hoops since the ABL folded in the 90s, yet within 72 hours of launch, the Valkyries led the league in social followers. Joe Lacob's group isn't sentimental. They're data-driven. They greenlit the franchise only after internal models showed Caitlin Clark's rookie ratings effect could add $24 million in incremental local revenue, enough to justify WNBA expansion fees that once scared investors off. In less than a season, Clark had proven the business case for scaling the league. Expect Toronto, Portland, and Philadelphia to follow before the 2027 draft. With the Bay roaring, the question isn't if global eyes follow, it's how soon. Clark's magnetism already leaps borders. Fever jerseys sold out in Sydney within 24 hours of hitting shelves. A Melbourne mother flew 9,300 miles to wave a handwritten "Down Under Love's number 22" sign during August's homestand, a moment that trended #1 in Australia. League Pass subscriptions outside North America spiked 61% year-to-year. Digital echoes matter too. NBA 2K25 rated Clark a 91 overall, 4th highest in the women's pool, and her likeness drove the game's most downloaded MyPlayer template in Asia, edging out Giannis for the top slot. That digital fandom feeds real broadcast deals. European streaming giant DAZN reportedly tripled its WNBA bid after those numbers landed on its analytics desk, and FIBA executives are already courting Clark-led Fever preseason exhibitions on the continent. Analysts at Sportico estimate that if current curves hold, the WNBA-NBA revenue gap, currently 1/58th, could narrow to 1/30th by the next CBA cycle, an improvement once thought impossible before 2035. Remember that shrugging Shaq in the opening scene? What looked like a casual soundbite was, in hindsight, the pivot of an industry. A Hall of Fame big man, a national TV audience, and a rookie-turned-sophomore whose game and grace made fealty feel inevitable. In just 2 seasons, Caitlin Clark dissolved decades-old attendance ceilings, rewired television habits, and pressured billion-dollar owners to expand faster than anyone dreamed. So where does that trajectory land by year 5, when records left blank today are begging for her ink tomorrow? Will we see charter flights for every team, a $1 million max salary, or Fever links in prime time on ABC against Sunday Night Football? That, dear viewer, is the cliffhanger. Tell us below, what change do you think women's hoops should chase next? And how soon do you believe Clark can make it happen? Your comment might just be the prophecy the league cashes in on next.